The desert of New Mexico is where the top engineers in the world come to blow things up. The men and women of Emertech, a division of New Mexico Tech, test the most complex weapons and defense systems in the world.
2, 1.
Now, they're about to take on perhaps their most difficult challenge yet, to try and right the most infamous wrongs in engineering history. As ingenious as every contraption Wile E. Coyote built to catch the Roadrunner, each of them failed. And failed. And failed. Now, the brightest engineers in the country will use their skills to design, build, and test the Coyote's contraptions. Can they succeed where the Coyote failed? This is the Energetic Materials Research and Testing Center, or Emertech, one of the foremost munitions testing facilities in the world. The best and the brightest come here to work, and for one team of engineers, the road to Emertech began with Saturday morning cartoons.
When I was growing up, I loved the Coyote Roadrunner cartoons. He was always doing these crazy things, trying to catch the Roadrunner. And I was always thinking, I could probably do that better.
Watching the Roadrunner cartoons as a kid helped me start to think as an engineer.
The idea of trying to do some of the crazy things in the cartoons with our equipment, our explosives, is a blast.
Mike, the team leader, meets up at Emertech headquarters with explosives researcher Jason, computer whiz Robert, and logistics expert Leonard to take on their first cartoon.
You see how he's swinging in this thing. He's on a balloon, right? And we all know that if that balloon was big enough to hold him up in the air, he'd be floating away already. So as soon as he jumps and he puts some weight on it, he should crash right there. He should be falling to the ground. So we know that's not gonna work. So we're gonna have a fixed position for him. We need something more like a trapeze, where we've got some bars here, and we can have our pick points, have our launch platform, can jump off and swing through. I know just the place to do that.
The location Mike's referring to is the Drop Tower test site. Built to test the stability of ordnances, surface-to-air missiles used in Desert Storm were released by Emertech from the top of the tower to see if they would explode if accidentally dropped.
We have two 70-foot towers at the drop site, and we have a cable that is stretched from either side of it and pinned to the ground so that it's very, very stable and real strong. Okay, guys, we made it.
As the guy responsible for getting everything in place, Leonard takes charge. His main concern is that if a stuntman swings from a single rope, he could smash into one of the towers and crack his head open.
What I'd like to do today is go ahead and get some rigging up there.
Leonard's design involves suspending a stuntman with a spear from 2 steel cables. These can hold up to 2,000 pounds. As an added safety precaution to keep the stuntman from swaying to the left or to the right, he wants to attach a rope from each side.
Stop. Go pitch a steer, huh?
Yeah.
Leonard sends Jason up in the forklift to do the dirty work. I think if we go high enough, we can see all the way to China. It's bad we didn't have any water balloons. We could have Leonard come over here like we needed something. Bombard his ass with them. Leonard has a lot of life experience because he's kind of old, but sometimes Leonard has some good ideas that I don't even think about, so it does teach me a few things. He pretty much is kind of like a mentor.
We've got Jason up about 70 feet in the air.
Like, yeah, 70 foot's not bad. Yeah, get your ass on top of it and tell me it's not bad.
He's setting up the center cable onto a pulley system.
There it is.
The pulley system makes sure that the center cable stays perfectly centered on the main cable. The stuntman's weight will cause the main cable to sag, and gravity will force the pulley to roll to the center.
It's gonna work fine.
Jason and Robert must now determine exactly how much the lines will sag. If the cables are the least bit too long, their stuntman will be in serious trouble.
So we put the weight on the line because there is gonna be some sag in the middle of the main cable.
Jason, how much weight do we have?
365.
Okay.
Robert always has calculations ready, pretty much in his head. He'll do them in his office and come out to the field. And Robert had calculated that with a 170-pound man that's gonna jump off when he's actually swinging through is pretty close to the 365 pounds that we have, and we'll be able to establish the moving distance where he'll be off the deck.
You I get 6 feet?
The safe area that we've created is 6 foot off the ground. You happy with it?
Yeah, that'll work.
Per your instructions?
For those of you without a PhD in physics, what Jason is saying is that when a 170-pound man swings from the drop tower, the additional force caused by gravity will make his weight the equivalent of a 365-pound man. With the stuntman's rigging all squared away, Jason and Robert bring out their arts and crafts skills to construct their Roadrunner target.
So this is our target for
Yep. This is the target. Got the little mattress made, kind of like a big pillow. Did you get the print ready? All right,
That's
look
what
at
he's
that.
gonna look like.
Looks pretty good. The reason we're gonna make a large, soft kind of pillow Roadrunner is because we're not allowed to obviously kill a real Roadrunner. It's like wrapping Christmas gifts. But also we have to be able to make something that a stuntman won't hurt himself when he swings into. Yeah, this is lightweight and actually soft. This should be perfect.
A big part of the job here at Emertech is to build weapons, especially bombs. Bombs for testing fragment distribution and velocity of military warheads. Bombs for analyzing and building structural response to a blast. And bombs for testing anti-terrorism protection systems. But a low-tech weapon, like the Coyote Spear, will be a new one for the engineers.
Here at Emertech, we make a lot of weapons, but spears usually aren't one of our, in our repertoire.
Leonard and Jason head over to the machine shop, where most of Emertech's weapons fabrication takes place.
We need something kind of big and round. If you're gonna throw a spear, it needs to be something that you can handle.
Being an engineer means knowing how to improvise,
Broom closet.
like finding low-tech solutions in high-tech facilities.
You used to know a girl that rode one of these, didn't you?
That was my ex-wife.
All right, we'll take these.
Okay, let's take
See
these.
what we can make out of them. Let's see what we
Try
got.
to make it like the one in the cartoon.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to try to mimic what the coyote had.
After scavenging for a piece of scrap metal and an old broomstick,
Something like that.
Yeah.
all that's needed to finish the job is Jason and his cutting torch.
Celine.
Oxygen.
You got a cape?
All right, what do you want me to do?
Stand back.
I'm afraid. Everybody run for your life.
Come here.
Don't shoot, I'm only the piano player. We've got the spear to get the Roadrunner with. This looks just like the one in the cartoon. Jason did a good job.
Actually better than the one in the cartoon.
Well, what can I say?
The engineers still have a lot of work to do before they can hurl a spear-wielding stuntman at a moving target.
As he flies through the air, how fast do we want to go?
I'm guessing we don't want to go much more than 20 or 25 miles an hour.
No faster than that, or you're going to be tearing his arms off. When the human subject is carrying this spear and is going down to hit the target, we want to limit the speed so he can spear the target safely. We know the higher you pull somebody, the faster they're going to go. So we have to figure out what's the exact height to pull him so that he hits the target area at no more than 25 miles an hour. So just square that. 2 divided by 32.2 divided by, I get about 21 feet. We can't go up higher than 21 feet.
Now that Robert has calculated how to keep the stuntman's arms from getting yanked off, the team must tackle the issue of suspension.
When he actually swings down, he's already like in a prone position. Like right there.
He looks a little front heavy there, doesn't he? Doesn't he look like he'd flip over?
You almost need something that's hooked here and here, and then maybe up at the shoulders and at the back that comes up to this point. I mean, something like that that's more 6-point pick on each side. I mean, there could probably be 2 on the legs, 2 on the shoulders, and 2 at the hips. What do you think?
Now the engineers are ready to test their rig. All they're missing is somebody willing to swing from it.
Well, here comes our coyote. Let's go see.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
If you're just willing to show up and jump on somebody else's rig and trust them enough, I think you're probably crazy enough to do some of the things that the coyote would do.
So, what do you got for me?
We got some fun today for you.
All right.
You like to swing?
Sure. I'm actually doubling a cartoon character who did some of the coolest stunts, so I'm living the dream.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hang you from this trapeze we've built here, suspend you from the center right there, pick you up, get you up about 20 to 25 feet,
Okay.
let you go, have you swing down. We're gonna give you a spear, and we want you to spear a moving Roadrunner. But today, all we're gonna do is just swing you and get some timing and
Okay.
make sure that it's gonna work for us.
Yeah, sounds good. When I got this job, I called my dad and I was pretty excited, like, I'm gonna get to be Wile E. Coyote. And he's like, that's great, son. Wile E. Coyote always loses. I forgot about that part. Bring it, Roadrunner.
The engineers are looking to learn as much new information from this test as possible.
How are you doing up there?
Oh, doing real good. Just hanging around.
How will the rig hold up under the pressure of a swinging weight? Are the lines going to sway or sag?
You know, the coyote never wore a helmet.
And exactly how long will it take for the stuntman to reach the target area?
All right, let's bring the forklift in.
Casey will also use the test to help him get ready for the final run when he's expected to spear a moving target.
Imagine sticking your head out of your car at 25 miles an hour and just trying to grab something or spear something. It puts it a little bit more in perspective.
You good to go?
I'm good to go.
All right, let's start hoisting them up.
Casey, good luck.
Thanks, Leonard. Hit it.
Jason draws forklift duty again, while the other guys will work their stopwatches.
Tell us when, Jason.
Right there, stop.
Okay.
We've got to time from the time we drop till the time our human subject is at the target area.
You got your stopwatch ready?
Yes. And it's going to be critical because we have to know when to release our stunt man when the roadrunner's coming down the track. If we don't get that time right, we're not going to get him.
Are you ready, Jason?
I'm ready. Go ahead and start the timer, Robert, when I say release.
On release.
3, 2, 1, release.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
How'd it go, Case?
Oh, yeah. That roadrunner's going down.
Excellent.
From the time we released him till the time he came into the target area was 2.05 seconds.
Give me 5. Woo! Hey, you did good.
Thank you.
He was able to stay prone. He didn't veer from side to side. He didn't turn sideways. Everything looks really good.
Whew, that was great. Nice and smooth, like my driving.
That was the easy one. You think you could do that with a spear and get a moving target?
Sure. Next time I'm out here, I'm gonna have a sharp, crude spear in my hands and moving at this target. So it's gonna be a challenge.
Good job, good job.
After a successful swing test, the engineers are ready to introduce a moving target to the equation.
Okay, our track is actually made of a bunch of 2x4s. Does that look good for you? And some PVC, which is some plumbing tubing, and the target is a skateboard with the Roadrunner attached.
Now that the Roadrunner is ready to roll, the team turns to the problem of timing, Robert's area of expertise.
Good, right there.
When the Coyote was doing this trick, he was just eyeballing where the Roadrunner was going to be and trying it out, and it turns out he hadn't figured it out very well, so we see him miss. We put a little more effort into it, so we know this is going to work if we get the timing right.
The only thing Robert loves more than making calculations is timing the movement of inanimate objects.
Give me a count.
His next task is the most important yet.
3, 2, 1, go!
Timing how long it takes the Roadrunner to reach the target zone.
I got 3.1 seconds.
Do it again.
We have learned now from the time we released Casey till the time he came into the target area was 2.05 seconds. The difficulty we're going to have is that we have to release the Roadrunner, and then we have to have a mark so we know when to release Casey. We go from the top. I've got to figure out where we are, where it's 2.05 to the mark. How are we going to do that?
Go!
If Robert can't figure out the exact moment to release Casey, the engineers will fare no better than the Coyote.
We're going to go on 3, 2, 1, release.
I'm going from when it passes that column.
I'm confused.
I am too now.
I'm gonna go sit in my truck.
Why are we going from the column?
So you want to go when it passes the beam.
No, he wants to put the blame on me to pull the pin.
How's Jason going to know when to pull the lanyard?
Somebody can be here and give him a mark.
Robert decides that Jason's cue to release Casey will be for Mike to say mark when the Roadrunner is 2.05 seconds away from the target zone.
When it passes the beam, you say,
Okay,
mark.
all right.
But Robert may have overthought this one. Relying on a verbal cue when fractions of a second will make the difference between success and failure can turn out to be a big mistake.
3, 2, 1, go!
Mark.
That's it. 2.07 seconds.
It's finally time to put all the pieces together and see if the engineers' hard work and calculations will pay off.
What's up, guys?
We got your target right here.
Cool.
Nice, Mr. Roadrunner.
Cool.
All right, let's make this thing happen.
What'd you sharpen it for?
It's a spear. They said they wanted a spear.
No.
Why, it's got to pierce stuff. Who ever heard of a dull spear?
Me.
When I first saw the spear, it looked like the world's largest arrowhead from hell.
Yeah.
It had 3 points, and all 3 points were sharp, 2 of which were facing me.
Whatever you do not like, just draw on it with a Sharpie. We'll torch it off, grind it flush. You guys make the decision, and we'll cut it. Okay. That way there's no blame on me, right?
While the spear is being modified, The team gets Casey hooked up and into position.
There you go.
Here's a high-tech New Mexico Tech spear.
Thank you, Leonard. We've made some modifications, and the spear is still big. It's very sharp. I don't want to be on the other end of it. I'm happy on the end of the spear that I'm on.
All right, good luck. Happy hunting.
Thank you, sir. If I can spear the Roadrunner, specifically in the neck or anywhere on his body, I'm gonna feel like it's a success. That's for sure. Other than that, it's just not gonna feel right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get him right in his little mohawk. It's either that or his big tail.
We have a really good chance of hitting the target. So if it doesn't work, I think we'll look pretty silly.
Let's hoist him up, guys. I think he put on weight.
Oh, it's that spear.
Well, it is after lunch.
Now it's up to Casey. I mean, he really needs to get in there and try to move. It looks like he'll have a little bit of room to wiggle around. Stop! It's probably not that fast to fly, but when you got a spear in your hands and you only got 2 seconds to focus on the target, there's a lot that can go wrong, so it's probably pretty fast for him. All right, how do you feel?
Feeling good.
Think we're gonna get this?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna nail it. Roadrunner's got nothing on us. You guys are engineers.
All right, let's do it.
This time the Coyote wins.
The engineers can't completely rely on Casey's aim. The bigger question is whether the team will regret their decision to rely on a verbal cue to release Casey.
Hurry up, Casey's losing blood to his head.
Okay, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, go!
Mark. As he was swinging down, we weren't quite sure he was going to get to it because he could not actually see the target until he got really close because of the angle he was swinging. When I saw the spear go into the target, that was quite a relief and it was really exciting.
It felt really good to see him nail the Roadrunner. You know, you put so much effort into something, you want to see it succeed, and we got it. We got him.
The Coyote, you've been proud of you, man.
Perfect.
That was for you, Wiley.
All right, let's get you out of this. Good job, man.
Great hunting, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Got him right in his tail feathers.
Oh, man, look at that. Direct hit.
The Coyote probably could have done this if he would have gone to New Mexico Tech and would have got his engineering degree.
Man, you can be our Coyote any day.
Well, thank
that
you.
was
Take you
perfect.
up on
Well, you can come back anytime.
That was great.
Yeah, that worked good.
After using their engineering prowess to successfully spear the Roadrunner,
Okay, guys, we have a new project.
the engineers regroup at Emmertech headquarters to tackle their next challenge.
Like Saturday morning. I need a bowl of cereal. Could be a little boy again.
I like that Roadrunner crushed. Ha ha. Here he comes. That's it. Our challenge is to try and make a boulder fall off a cliff and hit a Roadrunner.
Just like the Coyote, the engineers will get one shot to drop a boulder onto a moving Roadrunner. But first, some basic physics problems have to be solved.
The boulder is almost probably about 11 inches. So
Say a 10-foot diameter sphere. Okay, that's 5-foot radius, right?
The thing that's challenging about bringing the cartoon world to life is in the cartoons you can do anything, and physics doesn't matter.
E times pi, 73,000 pounds.
So with what we're trying to do, it's very difficult to make things work in the real world. To try and balance something like that on the edge of a cliff and hold it with a little rock,
Yeah.
it's just...
And if the boulder here is almost the same size as the cliff we're dropping off of, I don't know if we're gonna be able to find that big of a cliff and actually that big of a boulder and be able to handle it.
Well, that's no good. We need something better than that.
Well, let's do it the other way around. Small boulder and big cliff.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Probably do that.
That would work.
Faced with the impossible physics of the Coyote's scheme, the engineers come up with a new plan. But even after a little re-engineering, the team is about to find out just how hard it is to catch the Roadrunner.
Hang on, it's a little bumpy.
Jason and Leonard head out into the Emertech Field Lab to find a boulder and a cliff.
This would be the perfect place to recreate the cartoon because you can see the road just kind of winds around through there, and you can really see here comes the Roadrunner and Coyote right after it.
Hey, check that one out. We're looking for a boulder that's probably in the range of about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds, so we can easily put it on our flatbed. Let's check this one. This one's actually close to the road. We can probably
I like
get
that.
it on the truck. We measured the boulder because we wanted to see what the circumference was, and then from that, you can back calculate the radius of the boulder pretty easily, and then you can actually just do a volume calculation, assuming it's a sphere. And then if we assume that it's about 150 pounds per cubic foot, you just plug that into the equation, you can calculate how much it weighs. It's actually about 13.
13?
So if you do the math, it's probably about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. That's about what we're looking
I
for.
think so. Let's do it.
Anyone can find a boulder on a rocky mountainside, but it takes a crack team of accomplished engineers to get one off the ground.
Hey, Leonard, turn your wheel. Don't hit put the thing down. Hey, what a concept.
Trying to lift up a big, heavy rock. I mean, when you look at it in the cartoon, it's real easy.
Hey, hello, go up. There you go, keep going.
But when you get to the reality of it, you have all these different limitations.
Stop. You have it.
That's what I call a heavyweight. The boulder we found is really a cool boulder because it looks like the one in the cartoon. The shape and size is the perfect size for taking out a Roadrunner, and he doesn't stand a chance against this boulder.
Now that Jason and Leonard have their boulder, they need to find a cliff. The numerous cliffs at Emertech's Field Lab are perfect staging areas for explosives tests. Weapons can be dropped off the top of the cliff, and the base contains the ensuing explosion.
We need a little more height on this, don't you?
Yeah. In the cartoon, the Coyote actually had a cliff that was kind of undercut a little bit. We're actually trying to find the same type of cliff because it's important that we don't have the boulder hit the side of the cliff, because if that happens, it'll just bounce wherever it wants to go.
Wow, this is a really nice view up here. This is really good, but I'm seeing a lot of problems with maybe the terrain down on the bottom.
So if we get a cliff that's kind of a sheer cliff, we'll be able to make sure that the boulder just falls freely with gravity and we can hit our target below.
Wow, look at the dramatic fall here. I think this is something that we might be able to use.
Yep.
Of all the sites we looked at, if the Coyote was looking, this is the one he'd pick to drop on the Roadrunner. I think we need to take some measurements and take it back to Robert.
One has to be smarter than the apparatus. Leonard, just move to your east about 6 inches.
There's still a lot the engineers need to learn before they can begin field tests.
Okay, keep it right there, and I'm gonna take the vertical measurement.
They begin with the height of the cliff.
All right, Leonard, I actually got the vertical measurement. It's 211 feet.
Excellent. All right, we're done with this?
Yes.
Next, Jason and Leonard need to determine timing and the impact point of a rock falling from the cliff.
Give me a countdown.
Okay, here comes the rock.
Leonard, what part of countdown don't you understand?
Okay, let me try one more. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
All right, that was great. It took 3.56 seconds. I think that's a good enough number to give back to Robert.
I think so.
I'll meet you back up top.
Okay, I'll come down and get you.
Robert crunches Jason and Leonard's numbers, and he doesn't like what he finds.
My concern with just rolling it off the cliff is that there's so much space between the top of the cliff and the base that it's going to hit something on the way down. It's going to bounce off, and we don't know where it's going to go.
Put it right here. You like it, Robert?
Despite Robert's reservations, the engineers prepare for the next test in the process. Before they can move on to dropping a boulder on a moving target, they need to try out their plan on a stationary target.
Clear.
To launch the massive boulder from the cliff, they use a forklift. But will this method provide enough force to allow the boulder to clear the cliff's base? If it can't, the boulder will ricochet off the cliff wall, and any hope of accuracy is out the window.
We're going to take the boulder, pick it up with the forklift, drive the boulder a little bit closer to the edge of the cliff. So let's put it right here.
Unlike the Coyote's misguided plan to hold a 36-ton boulder in place with a pebble, the engineers go with a mound of sandbags to prop it up.
Okay, now swing it to the right a little. Let's bring it down. Good. Okay, let's see how that sits. And then we will go ahead and push it off using the forklift.
Right there, stop, stop. Let's go kill us a roadrunner.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Leonard, this is Mike. We are in position.
Before the engineers can move on to the final challenge, hitting a moving target by pushing a boulder off a cliff, they first need to test their plan on a stationary target.
The forks are in position.
The primary issue is whether the boulder will roll far enough out to clear the base of the cliff.
5,
4, 3,
2,
1.
go. All right.
Yeah!
Oh,
on
I
top
just
of it.
barely missed it. Yeah!
We just proved today that
Yeah!
we didn't do any better than the Coyote, and it's not really easy to aim a boulder when you throw it off a cliff. I mean, you just kind of push it off, and where it goes, like Robert said.
I'm telling you, not a scratch on him. We were pretty close, but close is only good in horseshoes and C4.
And look at the tracks going out across there where it kept rolling. We tried the Coyote's method of just pushing the boulder off a cliff, and it didn't work very well. 12, 15 feet, that was really close. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up with an engineering way to solve this problem.
The team heads back to Emmertech headquarters to devise a plan B.
Did anybody check to see if Wiley was underneath the rock?
So if we take our cliff that we got out there and maybe put one of our big cranes up there to where we can put the boulder out over the edge far enough that we could drop it and have it come straight down to the bottom.
I like that too, because now we can We have precise timing on when we're going to drop this thing.
Right.
Right.
The crane idea seems like a workable solution, but to do it will be a major undertaking.
Sounds good.
First of all, they've got to get a 70-ton crane to the top of a 211-foot cliff.
Have to take the windy road up, make sure we don't go off to the side of the cliff.
It's gonna have to back up. We can get another couple of feet here.
And then once we get it in place, we have to maneuver it where we can make sure that all 4 pedestals actually get good bearing surfaces. That's pretty solid. Make the crane level. So it's gonna be a little tricky.
Not even extended, and we're out pretty good ways.
With the crane in place, the engineers turn to the next problem. Where will the boulder land when it's released?
There you go, right?
To learn this, they take a page from the Coyote's playbook and use a plumb bob. When lowered from the end of the crane, the plumb bob will touch the ground directly beneath the crane, giving the engineers the precise location the boulder will hit.
You're hitting the cliff face.
Hey, surprise. There is some difficulty with using a plumb bob at high distances and with high winds.
Keep coming down. It's not going to get caught.
Oh, stop.
Stop.
Pull up just a little bit.
Pull it up. About 5 feet. Drop it a bit.
You like it now?
No.
We're not anywhere close.
Oh, pull it. Pull it up.
Hold it.
No, too much. No, 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 no,
Hold
no,
it.
no. Okay, now drop it. There you go.
Hey, I can hear you better if you just yell that.
Drop it down about 20 feet now.
You guys are killing me.
Jason is my friend, and I love him. But at this point, killing him is right on the table. Tell him I have the plug.
Okay, we have it.
Holy moly.
Where's it at?
Jason, we're gonna need to boom out some more. That's hitting right at the edge of the cliff.
We could probably boom down a little, but we're almost at the limit.
The engineers have got a big problem now. Unless they extend the crane farther out, the boulder will hit the side of the cliff. But if the crane is extended too far, down it falls, and somebody's going to owe Emertech a big chunk of change.
West, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We need to go out more.
The further the crane is extended, the less evenly the weight of the boulder is distributed, running the risk of exceeding the crane's load limit.
Boom out. You're gonna go to what, 68?
The Emertech crew decide to go for it and extend the crane out another 6 feet.
He's gonna want 34 degrees.
The engineers raise the boom angle by several degrees. Everyone hopes that this will do the trick by counterbalancing the boulder's weight. Nobody wants to fail just like the Coyote.
Meep, meep. That's getting a long ways out there for this crane.
The engineers are making final preparations to drop a boulder on a moving target.
Boom out.
They had to extend the crane to a dangerous position in order for the boulder to clear the cliff's base.
That's getting a long ways out there for this crane.
By raising the boom angle, the crane is currently stable, but the margin for error is slim, and they need to move fast.
That's good. Hold it, Daniel. That looks good. That's it, buddy.
With the crane in place, the engineers build the Roadrunner track.
It's like the bridge over River Kwai.
The crane is in position, and so far it's holding steady, but too large of a boulder will certainly send it over the side. For everyone's safety, the team decides to use a slightly smaller boulder for the drop.
Go straight up.
And a smaller boulder should be easier to work with, right?
Go with the
Whoa.
flow. That was good.
The engineers strap the boulder in a little tighter and rig it to the crane using a cable. After the timing confusion with the pendulum spear test, the engineers have decided to use a detonator to release the Roadrunner target.
Well, this is the one that's screwed up.
They'll also use a detonator for the boulder and fire the two simultaneously.
John, we'll need your cable cutter.
To release the boulder,
Okay.
the team will use a cable cutter. When fired, a small wedge of steel will cut straight through the cable and hopefully send the boulder and the Roadrunner on a collision course.
Okay, we're gonna fire up the crane here and start the swing.
Hang on, we got cable.
Aubrey, the team's explosives expert, takes her position in a safety bunker where she preps the detonator.
Is it looking, Leonard?
All there.
Whoa!
Let's get his Roadrunner. Ooh, boom.
Everything is finally ready to go for the big moment. Just like the Coyote, the engineers will get one shot at hitting a moving target with the boulder.
The pad is clear.
I feel pretty
We're
good
ready to
about
go.
this.
I think that we'll be able to hit the target with the boulder.
It's gonna work. The Roadrunner's a dead duck.
But we're gonna hit the target today. No doubts.
It's gonna work. Absolute guarantee. Maybe.
Stand by for count. 5, 4, 3.
2.
Wait, I need more time.
To charge before we dump.
So can you wait till I call you back and say I'm charged, and then you can do your count?
Okay, so you go ahead and charge, and when you are charged,
You call me back, and then I will give the countdown right after that.
Perfect.
An unforeseen problem throws a monkey wrench into the engineers' plans.
It was nice and calm a minute ago.
The crane can actually get moved by the wind. If the wind blows too hard, it becomes a safety hazard, and we'll have to call off the drop.
Good at sway.
Yeah. Just wait, this gust will pass.
God, this wind sucks. I don't like this wind blowing into that.
Don't sway. We get a heavy wind, our rock starts swaying, we release it at the wrong time, and it goes flying off in some direction. We are not going to hit our target.
Hey, Dan, wind settle down?
yeah, they're settled down pretty good right now.
Despite the wind, the engineers decide to go for it.
Okay, Aubrey, we ready now?
We are charged.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Here we go. And go!
What happened, Robert?
I think we nicked him. Beep, beep. I saw both detonators go, so everything looked good. The Roadrunner started down the track, the boulder was coming down, and from our position where we were on the hill, it looked like it was going to be just perfect. But it missed.
The boulder looked like it jumped back up and hit the Roadrunner. So we did catch him. We just didn't get him when we wanted him.
Lots of feathers everywhere.
There's some damage to the bottom of the skateboard. That means a broken leg.
With all of our engineering skills, everything we did to try to line it up, get the timing right, Murphy's Law still got us. If something can go wrong, it will. In this case, heavy winds had moved the crane out of position.
We missed it by
3 feet, 32.
2.5 feet. How'd you do that?
I got the timing right.
Leonard missed it with the crane.
Leonard and Jason were
let's see,
sighting
Leonard was
everything
off
in.
the crane. No, Jason was. He knows we're there. The Roadrunner definitely can feel the heat on the back of his neck, so we're coming.
Let's go. We'll get him next time.